Hi, welcome to our Infusionsoft Basic Training Series. In this recording, we're going to be learning about the email builder, and more importantly, how to send a broadcast. My name is Judy Miller, and I'll be the host of this recording. Welcome, and thanks for joining me. With your Infusionsoft application, you also have access to our Help Center. Our Help Center is located at help.infusionsoft.com. There you have access to our user guide, access to find the tech support numbers, and also access to articles and more how-to videos. So remember, it's at help.infusionsoft.com and you have access to it 24/7. Some awesome things you'll be learning in this recording today is how to edit a template, how to add images and pictures to your template, how to send a broadcast to your entire list, and also how to send that broadcast to a targeted group of people. So let's do this, and let me get into the Infusionsoft application and show you how to set up a template, and then I'll show you how to send off your first broadcast. Here we are inside the Infusionsoft dashboard. Now, if you're going to just play around with the email builder and create your own template, or if you're ready to send off your first broadcast, you're still going to go to the same place. So I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the marketing section, down to email broadcasts, and click it one time. And again, whether you're just going to play around or you are ready to send off a broadcast, you're going to go to the same place by clicking the Send Email blue button right here. Once you click on that button, it's going to bring you into our template gallery. Now, these templates are already created for you, and they're a great starting point. If you want to start from scratch and have a completely blank slate, you can come up to the black toolbar, click on Actions, and you can have a blank email just like that. So underneath the black toolbar, we have a few little headers, and let me go over those real quick. Our gallery consists of templates that are already created for you. If you've already sent out your first broadcast, it will grab that email and it will drop it into the previously sent bucket, so you can always find your email right there. If you've been working on an email and your lights go out or your computer shuts down, don't be worried, because the email will automatically be saved in that draft bucket, so you'll never lose the email that you were working on. You can even save an email by clicking on Save and by placing it in the My Templates bucket. This is great if you're going to use an email over and over again, or if you made the best email you've ever made and you want to use that email in the campaign builder. By placing it in My Templates, it gives you access to that email to drop it into your campaign. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose one of these templates. I can either use the template or I can view it by clicking on the eyeball and view it on a tablet or a phone. I'm going to click on Use Template, and it's going to open up the email builder. I'm going to go ahead and click on Use Template, and it will bring us right into our email builder. When you first start out, this little drop down will appear, and this drop down gives you the ability to change who this email is coming from. So if I don't want it to come from Judy, I want it to come from someone else, I can click on the little arrow going down, choose another user inside my Infusionsoft application, use a contact owner or whoever owns that specific person inside of Infusionsoft, or I can hit Other, and when I hit Other, I can put anyone's name here. So I'm going to put my name, and I want this to come from my basic training email address, so I'm just going to go ahead and type it in here. So I chose who the email is coming from, and if anyone replies to this email, it's going to show up in my basic training at infusionsoft.com mailbox. Hit Save, and now you can see the emails coming from me at that specific email address. We're not going to be talking about recipients yet because we're not ready to send our broadcast, but we do want to add a subject line. So I'm just going to put my cursor here and put "Here's what you're waiting for." And then I want to personalize it and put their first name in here. It's really easy to personalize it. Just click on the Merge Field button. I'm going to scroll down to the most common fields inside of Infusionsoft, click on first name, and now this will say, "Here's what you've been waiting for, Judy," or "Here's what you're waiting for, Tom." Whatever name is in that first name field will show up. Now that we're done adding who the email is coming from and putting in our subject line, I'm going to hit that little arrow that says Details and push that away so it's not in our way. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the stuff that I don't need. I don't need the generic Enterprises banner, so I'm going to click in it, hit the little trash can, and delete it. Now, Pine Collection Shop is not my banner, and it's probably not your banner, so I'm going to show you how to change the banner. Simply put your cursor in the middle of the banner or the image that you don't want, and click it one time. And when you do, the toolbar on the left will change. You can either edit the image or you can change the image. I'm going to click on Change Image, and once you hit Change Image, your library of images will appear underneath. I can search for those images by typing in Infusionsoft. There's my banner. I can make it bigger or smaller just by toggling on the size. I can link my banner to my website if I want to, and always come in and change the description and let people know what your image is. So this is just my company logo, so I'm just going to write company logo. Now that I'm done with my banner, I'm going to come down into the section header. Now, if you already have emails created in MailChimp or Constant Contact or on Microsoft Word documents, you can easily just copy and paste those right inside your email. I'm just going to change the section header by highlighting it. I'm going to put in my own text. So I changed my text. If I want to change the color of my text, I just simply highlight it, go into the little floating toolbar right up above, and I can change the color, and I can also change the size. I'm going to come in and change my content now. Again, you can copy and paste any content that you already have created by copying it and pasting it right here inside of the email. So here's my content. Scrolling down a little bit further, we see a dividing line. If I click on that dividing line, the toolbar on the left will change. I can make the dividing line bigger or smaller, and I can change the color of the dividing line just by clicking in the color box. Moving on down, we have an image. To change the image, simply put your cursor inside the image. The toolbar on the left changes. I want to change the image, maybe put in my best practice image. I can make it smaller or larger just by using the toggle. I can connect that image to a link if I want to, and always put a short description. And more content, so I'll come in and copy and paste my content here. Now this content's a little different than the content up above. It has a Learn More link. So say I add my latest blog, I put in the first paragraph of my blog, and I want them to go read the rest of my blog. I just type in my verbiage, highlight it, come up to the floating toolbar and click on the link, and then all I'm going to do is put the URL of my blog. And just like that, I have my link created. Going down further, I have another dividing line. I'm going to go in and change that color. Another section, and this time we have a shop collection or a button. If you don't want a button in your newsletter or your email, just click on the button and hit delete. If you decide that you don't need this section right here, just click on it, hit the trash can, and delete. If you have a storefront and you want to send them to a storefront, or you have an order form, or you have a landing page that you want to send them to, just click on the button. The toolbar changes to the left, and I'm going to change this to check out my store. I can change the style of the text. I can link the button, so I'm going to link that to my store, and I can change the button color just by clicking on the box and changing the button color. So now my email is completed. I have my logo, I have my content, I have an image, I have more content with a link, I have a dividing line, and I have a button. When you're done with your email, you can either review and send it, save it as a template, or hit exit and it will automatically go into your draft bucket. I'm going to hit save as template. I'm going to call this Newsletter November. Hit save. Now that newsletter is saved to my templates, and this little green box in the bottom left hand corner says save to my templates, so I know that it's saved. Now we created this from a template. Now what if we want to add something else to this email? Well, let me show you how easy that is to do that. Now this was a template that we used. We changed it around a little bit. On the left-hand side, we have these little blocks. When you click on the blocks button, you'll see that these little blocks appear. You'll use these little drag and drop blocks to add items to your email. If I want to add an image to the top of my email, I just grab image, drag it to the top of my email, let it go, and then my toolbar on the left changes. I put in my leadership block. I can make it bigger or smaller. Don't forget to give it a description, and now I have a brand new image inside of my email. If I want to add more content, I can come to the text snippet and add my text. Wherever I drop it, either to the left of the image, below the image, or on top of the image, wherever I drag and drop it, that's where the image will appear. If you decide you don't want an object in your email, just hit the trash can, hit delete, and that will disappear. Let's get rid of this image and put a video in instead of the image. I'm going to grab the video snippet, drag it onto my screen and let it go. Drag it onto my screen and let it go, and then the toolbar on the left will change, and all you need to do is come to the paste URL and grab your URL and paste it right here. Now my video will appear. I can make it bigger or smaller just by toggling the size button, and there we are with the video added to our email. If I come back to blocks, you can see there's other blocks you can add. One of my favorites is group. I'm going to grab group and I'm going to place it right next to my Here's Your Monthly Newsletter block. When I grab group, you'll see there's an image, there's content, and there's a button. If I decide I don't want an image, I can just come to the left and hit hide image. If I decide I don't need a button, I can just come over to the left in the toolbar. I can hit hide button and the button will disappear, or I can show everything and everything appears again. There's different blocks. You can use each of these blocks multiple times in your newsletter. I'm going to go ahead and hit Exit and go back to the dashboard so that I can show you how to send a broadcast to a targeted group of people or to your entire list. Now I'm ready to send a broadcast. And as explained before, a broadcast is how you'll send out your newsletter or just an email blast to a certain specific group of people. So first I'm going to show you how to send it out to your whole list. I'm going to go to Marketing, Emails and Broadcasts, and click it one time. Again, I'm going to hit the Send Email button, and that will bring me into my gallery. I've already created my template, so I'm going to click on My Templates. This is a template I just created, so I'm going to hit Use Template. Now, if you remember, we had this little drop down that we put our subject line in, so I'm going to hit that little arrow going down, and here's who my email is coming from. Here's my subject line, and now I'm going to pick my recipients. If I want to send it to my entire list, I'm just going to hit the New Search button, and when I do, this box will appear. And I'm just going to tell Infusionsoft I don't want any criteria, I just want to do a search. And that will scoop up my entire list of contacts and add them to my recipients. As soon as I add my recipients, I just hit the Review and Send button. Infusionsoft will do a little check just to make sure everything is correct. My From email address is correct. I have my recipients, I have my subject line, and I can choose either to send it at a specific date or time, and I can choose that right here, or I can just hit the Send Now Radio button, hit the Send Now button. Once I send off that broadcast, it will redirect me to the email broadcast report. You can see here's the email that I sent out. It went out to 182 people. That was my entire list. Now if I just want to send to a specific segmented group of people, Marketing, Emails and Broadcasts, I'm going to hit Send an Email again. Come back to my templates, choose the template that I just created. When I get into my template, I'm going to hit this little details arrow, choose my recipients, click on the new search link again, and this time I'm going to ask Infusionsoft under tags to find anyone that is signed up for my end of the month newsletter sign up. That's a group I want to send it to. Click it one time, hit the search button, and only that segmented group will come up. 10 people from my end of the year newsletter sign up. Then I just hit the Review and Send button, and again, my address is good, my recipients are good, my subject is good, hence the green checkbox. I can either schedule it for a later date and time, or I can hit Send Now. I'm not going to send it now because I don't want to spam people. This list of 10 people isn't real, but if I hit Schedule, I can send it for a later date and time, and I can choose that right here, or I can click on Send Now and hit the blue Send Now button and send that email out. So you can see it's super simple. Create the template, choose your recipients, and send off your email broadcast. Once you do, you'll be sent to the reports area where you'll be able to see how effective that email was. So thanks for joining me. I hope that you'll be able to get in there, create your email template, and send off your first broadcast. Thank you. Bye-bye.